All right. Well, hello. Welcome to this month's Employee Spotlight. Today I am with Belinda Doan. Belinda, welcome.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So, Belinda, tell us what you do here at the computer workshop.
Well, I'm on the sales team and I match the customer needs with the right courses. I help develop a training plan and maybe coordinate a meeting with our training staff as well, because we do have over 1,000 courses that I don't know the details of every one of them. So I defer to the experts when necessary. I make sure that they get enrolled into the classes, provide information to the client to see which class is going to be most beneficial to them. And then after we schedule, then I just manage along the way to make sure that everything goes well every step of the way.
Awesome. So, in your role, how long have you been with the computer workshop?
6 months.
6 months.
Mhm.
Awesome. So, relatively new, but long enough to get your toes wet
Yes.
and get a feel for the environment. So, how would you or what would you say about the environment of the computer workshop and why have you stayed around for 6 months?
What I like about it, especially, is that it is a small company, it is family owned, and you can feel that. I feel like I've been welcomed in as part of that team, that family. What I like about it is that we are helping people to increase the skills that gives them opportunities for success in their current role, and that they're preparing for their next role as well, whether that's a new place, a new promotion. I feel like we're literally helping people provide better for their families, and I love that.
That's awesome. So you 8 to 5, we're working for the computer workshop. You're working with clients, getting them into classes. What do you like to do outside of your 8 to 5 here with the computer workshop?
Well, my youngest is now 21, so it's a new season at our house. I have 6 grandbabies that I spend time with. I like to go on what we call Grammy dates, where I started. The oldest ones are 8 years old now. We've got a couple of sets of twins in there. This is all from one family. So they are like 2 years old up to 8. And I started when they were about 9 months old, and I would take them somewhere, whether it's, a trip to Target, and yes, 9 months old, they did not want the baby food. They wanted the pumpkin bread. But I'm kind of dusting off my camera that I had put away for a while, getting back into photography and learning some posing and mastering my camera, which is vastly different. The digital camera is way different than the camera the manual, only manual camera that I used to use. And what I really like to do is make photo books. So yes, I started out with the scrapbooking back in the day. Didn't enjoy that a whole lot, just because honestly, the mess, all those papers and stickers and all that stuff, I didn't really like that. But I get the same impact and tell a story just with a photo book. And I used to keep them on a shelf, and now I've brought them out and keep them out in the open in the living room. And whether, when my grown-up kids come home or the grandbabies or visitors, somebody's always picking them up and looking through there and getting a good laugh out of our life. So I love to do that.
Oh, very cool.
For preserving memories.
And you save money on film now, right? So
Oh my gosh.
in digital, just gotta buy hard drive space. So.
Yes, and I have done that, and yes, the equipment can be very expensive. So so I'm saving my pennies for things like that. But yeah, back in the day, I was in the Air Force 100 years ago, and that was my job. That was my first job, actually. So yes, they would turn us loose with a bag full of film and our camera kit, and we would just go and burn all that film up and come back and develop it. But now, no. But there's just as much developing, though. There's the after process editing and all of that is easier, but just as complicated.
Thank you for sharing that. That's really cool. In addition to your hobby, do you have any type of hidden talents or skill sets that you've obtained along the way?
Well, my friends tell me that I should be an event coordinator or event planner. And that's just based on a couple of things that I've planned that it still ties in with the photography, preserving memories and making memories. For example, I had planned a 50th anniversary for my in-laws. I started planning when they had their 49th anniversary and just took my time and planned that, and just a lot of details. They didn't really have a wedding, so it kind of broke etiquette in that it was a little more like a wedding. So they did a vow renewal. And so I had a replica made of the dress that my mother-in-law wore and displayed that at the party and things like that. And so people have told me that I should do, that for a living. But I feel like the reason that they say that is because I feel like I anticipate all of the things that will go wrong. And so I plan in advance for those things to not go wrong, which is kind of what I do in my current job too, where, with planning, scheduling classes for the clients and just looking all the way through the process of, what might be going on. And so I'm trying to anticipate any problems and preempting them.
Yeah, you're planning all kinds of events, aren't you?
Yeah.
So keeping everybody on track. So she'll check in, make sure your instructors are there, your books are there, right?
But we have a lot of help. That's the nice thing.
That's an interesting talent and one that definitely helps and makes you a good fit for where you are within our organization. Any type of mantras or quotes that Belinda kind of lives by, or that is on the regular your family hears?
Well, one thing that they would hear me say often, and which they don't always enjoy hearing it, but like they'll ask me what I'm doing or why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's like, because I can do whatever I want. It can come across kind of flippant, but what it does internally for me is just remind myself that whatever it is I'm doing it because that's what I want to do. So it might make me say no to something that I'm doing just out of obligation, or I might still do that thing, but my perspective is different. And I just know that I'm doing it because I really do want to do it. Even if it's, it's not sitting down reading a book or something that I enjoy like that necessarily, but I am doing it because I want to please the person that I'm helping out, or maybe that family function. I do want those things to happen because of all the good things involved, even if it may not be convenient for me that day.
That's awesome. Very cool. Well, Belinda, I really appreciate your time today. I know you're busy handling all the scheduling and communications and things with customers. So we're going to let you get back to those customers. And
Thank you.
We, again, really appreciate having you on the team. Thank you for carving out some time out of your day to sit down with us.
It was fun. I wish we could do this with all of our customers as well. It'd be fun to get to know them on another level.
Absolutely. And that's a great idea, something we'll have to look into for the future. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. Really appreciate you stopping by. Be sure to check out our Facebook page, like us there, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. We have our Free for Fridays that have tons of great video, shortcuts, tips, and tricks on various softwares and applications. Visit us on Twitter. You can, again, follow us on Twitter, share that content. A lot of great stuff published out on LinkedIn as well. So all those social media platforms, check us out. Visit us on our website, www.tcworkshop.com. And if I don't talk to you before, we'll see you next month for our next Employee Spotlight. Take care.
Bye-bye.